Abu Dhabi quali thoughts. As a great man once said, it is what it is. Okay, I mean, it's not real. You know what? Sport isn't real. It doesn't matter. On the bright side, Nico Rosberg is in the building, and we truly love to see it. He also is wearing all black, which is a stunning departure from his typical white, tan, cream situation he's got going on. Particularly, I feel like for a Middle Eastern night race, like he would go with a white linen. That's right in his wheelhouse. All right. But the first thing it made me think of was when Olivia Pope in Scandal started wearing all black and became evil. Is Nico Rosberg becoming eviler? Lewis hit a bollard. You know what? Ferrari teammates chilling at the back of the grid. It's fine. I don't care. Do is a really fun driver abbreviation. It got me thinking, what are your guys' favorite driver name abbreviations? Because mine has been and will always be Butt for Jenson Button. I do think that if I ever got to interview him, which I truly never will, my first question would be, do you think all the other drivers are jealous of you because you got the best abbreviation? Ham up there as well, but Do is another fun one, kind of like we could do a Scooby-Doo theme. Charles's lap got deleted and he got eliminated in Q2, whatever, I don't care, I don't want to talk about it, but Spin Zone, on the bright side, he has nothing to lose, which means he could start for the pit lane and take a whole new everything and have amazing race pace and overtake everyone and win the race. It's really easy to overtake at Abu Dhabi historically. Although they have length in the straight, so podium. McLaren won too. My sincerest congratulations. I'm going to say this. Anyone who's like, oh, Charles lost us the World Constructors Championship. No, what lost Ferrari the World Constructors Championship, if they do lose it, this is only qualifying, the race has not happened yet. But if they do, I would guess that it would probably be the 5-race adventure we went on in the middle of this season, where for 3 of those races, after they brought a horrible upgrades package that made the car slower and impossible to drive, and both drivers were saying that, Fred and the entire team were like, no, the upgrades are great. We just need to understand them. It's great. Everything is good. No problems at all. And then they had to use one entire race when they finally did admit there was a problem as a test session when that was 4 races longer than that experiment needed to be realistically. Well, fine, whatever, maybe 2 or 3, but it went on too long. Sorry, I have more to add about Ferrari development. Shocking. I know me, a Ferrari development rant, never. But remember when Ferrari were struggling to understand their upgrades? They were like, we have no fucking idea what's going on. They had to use Silverstone as a test session. People were like, well, are there issues with the wind tunnel or correlation? Because clearly, you wouldn't have brought the upgrades if they didn't show in the wind tunnel and in the computer that they were going to make the car better. And so that correlation is important, right? And Fred went hard in the paint. He was like, no, it's not, it's fine. But then in Vegas and Qatar, maybe, I think, Charles was doing an experiment with the floor to make sure the correlation with their wind tunnel is good. So is Ferrari's wind tunnel fucked up? I'm worried about it. Pierre was P6. He's been doing really well recently in quali, at least. I don't honestly know how. That's bad that I can't remember that off the top of my head, but I do think that Alpine is cheating, and I am on their side about it. They brought in Fabio and immediately started doing better. That is deeply, deeply suspicious to me. I know people are mad at Flavio right now because he made Esteban choose between being in the last race and doing the postseason test, but I kind of feel like every team would do that. I mean, Mercedes did to Lewis. People are also mad about that. It is kind of a dick move. I'll say that. Flavio Briatore, dick. I'll say, unfortunately, I must continue to stand because he is and continues to be the perfect F1 figure. This man is an actual cartoon villain. And the fact that he's Fernando's manager, the fact that he's Mark Webber's manager, a harbinger of evil, truly. But he does historically get the job done. It would be very funny if Alpine randomly became good and everyone was the cheating scandal that would ensue would be generational. It would be. Nico Hülkenberg P4. Haas is showing a little bit of promise at the end of this year. I will say they've been not sucking this year as much, and I'm proud of them for that. I feel like the question that I keep pondering about Red Bull is, are they going to be good next year? Because I am kind of thinking the answer is no at this point. They have fallen apart, I think, more than people realize towards the end of this season because Max is overcompensating for the car so much. Now, assuming Max will continue to be around to do that, they will continue to have that benefit, but Max Verstappen just announced that he personally is pregnant. No, Kelly Piquet, his girlfriend, is pregnant. They're going to have a kid. Congratulations and all that. But I do think there's a non-zero chance that Max Verstappen just waits until all of the season's events are over so nobody can bother him about it, and then it's just like, bye. In which case, Red Bull will be completely fucked because they're also losing a lot of talent at the end of this year. They've already lost Adrian Newey. There was kind of a little bit of an exodus of a lot of the senior staff roles, and the Red Bull people are like, well, they want to get promotions, you know, like there's only so far they can go at Red Bull without going to another team. And I'm like, yeah, but it's a lot of people, you know what I mean? Like, and kind of all at this one time. And the Adrian Newey of it all is critical too, as much as the Ferrari people who are just, I'm sorry, I'm not going to get into it right now, but there are a lot of Ferrari people trying to cope being like, Adrian Newey isn't that good. He is in fact that good, and losing him will be a major blow to that team. And you can kind of already start to see the decline. And now obviously there are other factors relating to that as well, but like the timeline lines up too much for it to be a coincidence. So like the question of whether they're going to keep Checo or not is kind of like the least of their problems at this point. I mean, I don't think they will. I cannot imagine. But crazier things have happened. I mean, he has kept his job through a lot. They've been kind of signaling that he might be in danger, but also like anything out of Horner and Marco's mouth was going to change the next time they open their mouth. So who really knows? But yeah, their future is like very, very, very uncertain. I feel like the most of maybe any team on the grid right now. Like we don't really know what their direction is going to be. And I feel like there's a decent chance that it all comes crumbling down, which, no offense to Max Verstappen, but I want to see Christian Horner suffer. I'm going live after this, so come chat, watch the post-race coverage with me. Also, TikTok is like probably getting banned in the United States at this point, so I am going to get serious about my YouTube channel, at least. Well, no, I'm getting serious about my YouTube channel, and I'm going to post all of the content I make on TikTok every day on Shorts there as well. So if TikTok goes away for you, then that is where you can watch my content. I think I will still be able to access TikTok, at least in terms of like, we won't be able to update the app and it'll become unusable over time. But like, I'm thinking perhaps I can just, when I'm in another country, like download, I'm going to do some research into it. Like I would be so devastated to lose this because like the instant gratification is just. I also have my website formulawhatever.net, so I'll obviously always be there. But if you just type Formula Whatever into the search bar of every single social media, I promise you I'm there. So don't forget about me if you are forced to not have to use TikTok anymore, or I'm forced to not have to use TikTok. Like, do I move? Serious question.